Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another monthly reading for Sagittarius for May 2024. Ooh, Sagittarius. I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. See, we have the 6, the 8, another 6. Pentacles and cups, and then we have the star. Sagittarius, we have the 5 of cups. So there's a feeling of loss, sadness, deep sadness, thinking that it's just never going to get better. Well, you're focusing on work, you're focusing on building. You want a new beginning, you want to start afresh. You see the Emperor here. Yeah, see, there's the Hierophant. So holding on to your faith and trusting in the future, and working at making things come out even for some. Some of us are looking to reconcile and have a fair deal, making up, reconciling with, and giving, making that offer, that knave of pentacles there, focusing on working and building, and slowly doing this work, paying attention to the details. Sagittarius, you have to hold on to your faith, what you believe in. For some of you, I could feel it, it's very heavy. You feel in that extremities of all or nothing. Spirit is guiding you. There we have that, taking on a whole different perspective. And again, that Ace of Pentacles, feeling like you want to have a home, looking for a home, making that effort to have a home, changing the perspective on what you call home. That nurturing, that caring, that building up of a family. Changing the perspective on what you call family. Sagittarius, not able to shuffle much here. We have a King of Pentacles. So it's a very, very slow process, and you're very serious. And the person that you're dealing with is also very serious, and they have a plan. They want to provide. They want to make sure that there is a sense of stability. They have new plans. Someone is stuck though, making the change, changing the perspective, wanting to come around and change that perspective, making new plans. Sagittarius, you're going with the flow. Just focus. Just keep your focus. It's all pentacles here. So you're working and you're focusing on building your home, your enterprise, your legacy. You're working through it. And you have that sense of hope because of the star that we saw there. You're holding on. Don't lose your faith. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Oh, look at that. We just open up the deck and cards start falling out. So we have bringing back the balance. That sense of not sure how, but just working with how you feel, going with what you feel, changing the perspective. And again, we have this sense of fear. Home, wanting to have, fear of losing. And some of you feel like you're losing, but we have 6 pentacles that are broken here. Again, it is a sense of coming around, wanting to reconcile with the moon. This unknown, the uncertainty, chances that have been taken, wanting, not sure if you should go further. Again, changing the perspective. Constantly changing that perspective. And then we have making a choice, following decisions, looking for satisfaction, dealing with others, fighting, arguing, bartering, trying to bring back the balance for others. There's quite a few messages here, so just take what resonates with you, Sagittarius. It's all over the place. We have messages that are for reconciliation. We have other messages for building, working, dealing with others, struggling with self, faith, what you believe in. It's quite a bit. So I'm using the same spread, the 9-card spread that I used with in the March readings for the significant other, the person most on your mind, someone you may or may not be dealing with directly. You're not speaking, or you're not on speaking terms, or you've had quite a bit of difficulty with the next person, but they're on your mind and you want to know what's going on with them and how that's working out since the eclipses have come and gone. Quite a bit of change has happened, and especially if you're not on speaking terms, you may be wondering how they're doing, and neither of you are reaching out. So let's see. With the Golden Odd Nouveau Tarot is what the deck that I'm using. I'm just going to cut one more time and see how you doing on one side and the situation, and then of course how the next person is dealing. So dealing with that situation and how they're feeling about you. Okay, I'm in a little corner that I created and I keep shaking my stand. So I do apologize for the disturbances that I am creating here. But the first card is about the situation in itself between the two of you, and the second card is how you're dealing with it, and the third card is how they're dealing with the situation, whatever it is. The fourth card is Spirit's advice for you both. Fifth card is how you've taken this advice, and the sixth card is how the next person is taking that advice. The seventh card is pretty much the outcome or the potential outcome of this read, and then again the eighth card is your reaction, and the ninth card is to the next person. So I just want to make sure everything is lined up so that you can see. I want to make it clear. Starting off at the bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Swords. So sense of betrayal, feeling that you've been betrayed, and that's what's been going on. So nearly all signs have been going through some form of betrayal, having to come to terms with things that have been said and done, and taking on the position of I'm going to do whatever is necessary to either come back, go away, make change, dissolve. It's a 5, so it is change, but this is where it's very painful. This is a mental thing, mental games, mind games that are being played. And if not, then it is a mental deliberation within the self on what to do next because of the way you've been handled or the way you've handled someone. Looking into what we can do to fix that. And you see we have our Queen of Pentacles coming back. So this is the Empress here. She is very patient, and the mind games in itself is a way of dealing with whatever the situation is or the mental disturbance that you have going on within yourself about mind games that have been played on you, taking on a position of being very patient and waiting and taking another stand on being grounded in your mind. So it's like the complete opposite here. Okay, she is concerned about others, whereas this form of thinking is all about the self and what I can get and how I can take advantage or take back the advantage. Then we see here we have our 3 of Swords, so this very disappointing feeling, that sense of feeling. We have an 8 Swords, so there seems to be stuck. She's stuck between disappointment and taking back or playing mind games. So she seems to be like the victim here, caught between 2 extremes. wanting to have and being disappointed, and then trying to figure out how to fix this disappointment. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we're quite a bit of Pentacles going on here today with the Six. So we're taking a step back here. We're remembering what took place, what created all of this that has now become a mental blockage or mental issue, or simply being betrayed. You see? Taking that step back. And here we have the Empress in her full form. So she is a question of timing, that things will become unstuck, things will change, and there will be satisfaction. And then we have a double nine. So we're going into the culmination again, where it is too much to bear, it is too much overindulgence, and too much, and needing to speak and have that conversation come out is what has been decided. And looking into what is valuable, and how we can have our freedom. And there's the King of Cups. So there's someone that you're dealing with, whether it's male or female. That King of Cups is deep love, deep sense of wanting to be in a relationship, but it's all of the trouble that goes with it, as we saw here with the disappointments, the mind games, being stuck, set in a particular way of thinking, wanting to come through and have that third party situation, being stuck in a third party situation for some, being very disappointed, trying to build on a legacy, trying to build on a home, and then finding out that it's gone to pots, it's stopped, it's stuck. It's not going to happen because you've been cheated on, you've been put in a position where there is a third party that has come between you and what would be your King of Pentacles over here. See, this King of Pentacles, this King of Cups is playing with emotions, and the truth about that has to come out. If it hasn't already come out, it's what you see. It's just a bunch of games you're being played with. You're feeling that is how you've been treated, Sagittarius. Wow, it's a big one. Coming to terms with being cheated and put in a position between a third party, and having that sense of there's no way to fix this. It's just to end the situation. That's what seems to be the case with our Sagittarius. Let's see, situation again is focus. Focus on starting up. Focus on a new beginning. Focus on getting away from third-party situations, disappointment, and mind games. Getting away from this the player, very, very romantic, playful king who you have come to realize is just not for you, because they bring you anxiety, the conversation. See a Ten of Swords here. That coming to tell you all truth about the obsession, the overindulgence, the third party, being stuck and being cheated and cheating on, and then everything that you've worked on has gone to nothing. It's stopped because of mind games. So the Spirit is going to help you here, Sagittarius. For now, the situation is to start afresh. Put all of what happened behind you, because you can't do anything about what's done. It's been done, and now you know the truth, because that's what we saw here with the Sun. You see? Passionate conversation, telling all the truth, being romantic and a player, cheating, having that fear of having to choose, not wanting to choose, and then having all this conversation about anxiety and telling truths that create anxiety and overindulgence with a third party. So it's all come out. You know all about it, and now you have to choose, and your choices here seems to be you want a fresh start. Sagittarius, you want the fresh start. Confirmation here. You want a new beginning. You want something completely new. And you want it, you really want it, you're very passionate about it. And the next person is regretting, and I'm sure it's that king that seems to have become a player, confessing all maybe, or afraid to confess, afraid to choose, and then talking about all of what created as anxiety, all of the pain and the suffering and the mental games and the worry and the overindulgence. Again, it just keeps coming around because that's what they regret. You starting afresh, you're focused on your work. They are focused on having a fresh start, but they are regretting, they are sorry, they want to apologize, maybe. We'll take cards on that. But they have regret, the next person. And Spirit is advising here to be strong, to stand in your strength here, to have the courage to keep going, to have the courage to move forward, have the courage to stand and be creative and have that. Go with your passion, go with what you love. And Spirit is advising for the next person too to have the courage to come forward and apologize, or come forward and at least confess, or to have the courage to come forward, period. Because if they're not coming forward with the Four of Pentacles here, you're using your intuition to figure things out, and you're realizing that you're stuck between a rock and a hard place where you're being cheated and you can't go forward because everything that you've done is just not, it's not moving forward. It's stuck in a stalemate. And again, thinking about how you can move forward, having a new start, building your legacy, wanting to have your home, etc. Seeing what it takes, knowing that you have what it takes, and you are working your way through it. You just you don't want to be stuck. You want to begin. You have the courage. You want to take that stand. Again, Three of Pentacles, working, building, looking at what took place in the past, and having the courage to start afresh. We get the Four of Pentacles. So you're going with what's valuable to you. You're looking at what you can salvage, and if you can't, you'll start completely over. The next person here is King of Pentacles, being very serious, regretting, maybe having gone overboard with their ego. You see? Now they're coming back, being serious, wanting to have a fresh start, maybe wanting that forgiveness, to overcome that loss and sorrow. They come in with an offer. They're holding on to what is or what could be, because this is all potential, but they have a plan. They are very serious, Sagittarius. And the outcome here is a strategy. Again, we're looking at the mind games here. So it's about protecting the self and taking back and standing up and being courageous and not being afraid to say, you know what, I don't want this. I want something else. I don't like the way you treated me. I don't want to be treated like that. That is where you, Sagittarius, will have to step up and take that step forward and to just be in your faith that Spirit has your back. Be in that faith of you can take care of yourself. You have that ability. You have that mental capacity. You take on the wholesomeness. You see? That sense of belonging, that sense of knowing who you are, and that nurturing, caring, loving side of you is where your strength is. And you're doing it to take care of you before anyone else. Huh? That's where the outcome seems to be like it's a question of I'm taking care of me. I'm taking what I could get out of this and I'm moving on. Or having the conversation, let's see. There it is. Facing another 8 here. Justice, you see? Facing up to what took place. Being able to talk about it. Having the courage to step up and say this and that and the other. And this is where I stand. And then the next person wants to come with the truth. You see? Both sides of you want to come to equal ground with the truth. and take back or step up and admit to each other or to confess or to decide what the next move is. Let's see, let's take a few cards here. For this Five of Cups, what's this Five of Cups? Again, holding back, regretting. They're regretting that they're holding back. They're regretting that they didn't take that step forward. Having that leap of faith to take a chance and do. See, because they know they wanted. They wanted to come and look for that 10th pentacle. But now things are changing. They have learned lessons about love. And now the Tower is coming down where the truth will be revealed. They've learned. They've taken the time to focus. They've taken the time to see that they have done something wrong. They are in regret and they are learning from that. Again, we're all on different levels here. So it really depends on who you're dealing with and to what extreme of the betrayal, whether it's mind games, whether it's third parties. I mean, you put it to your situation. They, the next person, is feeling that sense of, I want to move forward. I want to take that leap of faith. I want to be responsible. I want to find that 10th pentacle. I want it now. You see? They're making changes. They're making plans to change. Again, with Tower coming down, they're remembering what love was between you and them. And they're being very serious about this next step. Let's see what this King of Pentacles is saying here. See, they want to have that sense of peace with you. They will get the courage to come forward. Because he's very serious here. He wants that peace. He wants to put down the burden. He wants to stand in his integrity. Now remember, this King of Pentacles here could also represent the ego of. So it doesn't mean it's an earth sign, whomever you're dealing with. But I'm not putting it past this King of Pentacles is an earth sign. So if they have strong earth in their chart, or if they're ruled by Saturn in one form or another, or if they have Saturn strong in their chart, you see? So it's a question of attitude more than the sign. Okay, so you know who you're dealing with, and if they're if they're building up and working with their ego, well, now they're working against their own ego. They want to stand in their integrity. If not, they're pushing away. They want to move on. They've been burdened. You see, they want to move to peaceful waters. They are tired of the fighting, of the pushing and the shoving. They want to come to a point where they can rest and feel that they're standing in the integrity, making new plans, coming for a second chance. That's what they want. That's where the courage will come, for them to step up and humble themselves. And this may or may not happen. It's just a plan in their mind. It doesn't mean they're going to actually execute it. It's a question of courage. And if they're brave enough to step forward and meet you, because you are going with what was done in the past. You've already put your mind to, I don't need this. I can take care of myself. And I'm protecting my investment, my interest, because everything that I put in is gone. It's lost. It's as if I did nothing. It's as if what we have had between us is completely destroyed. And now I must start over. You see? Sagittarius, you're very serious yourself. You're looking at what is merited here, more so than, oh, I just want to be with the next person. It is, do they deserve my company? It's as if you're counting out the time. You're counting out the seconds here. Well, I've wasted so many months. I don't need this. I want to move on. I want to do my own thing. Start over. I'm going to get a brand new start. I don't need people who betray me. You see? This is where you're making up your mind and you're going with the courage to do so. You're standing in the light. You have your own circumstance mapped out and how you were treated and etc. You know your own story, but you're not letting go. You're holding on to the justice. You're holding on to strategy, and you have a plan in your mind, and you're going by what was done, not so much what you're thinking about what could be. You're going by how you got to where you are right now with the person that you're thinking about. And you're deciding that you don't really want, you're not sure, you're really focused on taking care of you. You're feeling like the neglect was too much. So you have to really take care of yourself. That's what you're feeling here. This is why you're turning your back and you're just taking what you can take and you're off. Again, it is an 8, so it's not done. As much as you want to be angry, upset, and determined, you're not done. It's not done because they have an 8 too. You both have an 8, so you both have to come around again. You both have to, it's not finished. Even if you want it to be finished, it's not finished. This ace, the ace, it is for the truth. Determined to speak the truth, wanting to speak the truth, having that quality of, I really want to tell you, I want to listen, I want to be open, I have so much I want to say. But she's more on the receiving end. She's more on the receiving end. So it just may be that you want to go and talk to them because you have that sense of spark. You're going by what you've done in the past, and the conversation is to be open and have the justice come. So let's see what this Queen of Swords represents here. Again, it is the moon and walking away, and then there's the King of Swords. So here we have the king and the queen having this conversation, and that's what they want. They want to have a real conversation about what it is they really want, what it is they're looking for. It's a question of, do we measure up? Should we get back together? Do we want the same thing? That kind of a conversation. You're taking yourself to the point where if they don't say what you want to hear, you're moving on. But you can't really be so judgmental because you're judging the circumstance. You're not really talking, you're judging. Whatever it is they're going to come and say, you're judging it. And you already made up your mind you want to go. You don't want to listen to what they have to say. You just want justice to come. For some. Not everybody's feeling that way, but I'm getting that as a quick fix. I just, you know what? I had my fill. I don't care. I don't want to know. I'm out. But they want to talk about it. They are very emotional. That is that King of Cups. The person that you're dealing with, they want to go over things. They still have a sense of feelings, and they're not sure if to go or come, or if it will go around and come around. And that's what they want to talk about, you see. But they are being open to any possibility because they're not finished with you, Sagittarius. They're not done, and they have quite a bit to say. And for some of you, it's a question of by the full moon, this conversation will take place. For others, by the full moon, they're gone. They're turning and they're leaving because they feel in that sense of you don't want to be with them. But that is a conversation that must be had. One way or another, you will fight it out. You will talk calmly. You will, however your situation fits that bill. But it is a question of mind games. It is a question of strategy. It is a question of feeling that betrayal, feeling that you were robbed. That disappointment is very real here. And you're taking it to heart here. And because she is very sensitive. She's very emotional. She's very intuitive. So she senses where all of this disappointment came from. She sees that the cheating is not going to stop. The cheating is it is set. It's been set. It's as if the stubbornness. See the King of Pentacles here, that ego, the stubbornness to hold on to the way things were and having that stalemate set up. This is why you Sagittarius, you have the courage to see things for what they are, but then at the same time you're making a decision to leave. Because you don't believe that it is going to change. You don't believe that the third party situation is going to become unstuck. You don't believe that. That is what is making you want to leave. But then you still have to have that conversation. You see? At least give that much. If I could advise anything here, it is to give that King of Cups a chance to tell the truth. And then you can decide. It is up in the air at the, well, we saw the Two of Pentacles, huh? Stay, go, I don't know, not sure, wanting to start over, but with whom, that kind of, I'm not too sure where this is going. So we're going to take an oracle message. Because of the mind games. It's because of what they've done. It's what they've said in the past. It's what you have said in the past. It's what you have done in the past. It's a culmination. You're both on the nines. And you both have to make up your mind which way you want to go. And you're both looking to protect the self. Because they're pushing. Either protecting or pushing away. See? They're making changes too. They're thinking, well, I don't know if I could go back that way. I don't think Sagittarius wants me back. So I'm going to figure out my new plan. But I have to talk to Sagittarius. One way or another, they want to come and talk to you. They're not going to just let you go like that. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for Sagittarius? Again, I do thank you for likes, subscribes, and your shares. And again, most of all, for showing up. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting the collective, keeping us safe, protecting me and keeping me safe. What is the oracle message for Sagittarius? What is the oracle message for Sagittarius for May 2024? New start. We're all getting that new beginning. Yeah? It's a question of the eclipse rounding off, closing off, taking away, bringing back. It's a beginning. And we all get that clean slate, but we have to, some of us, like I said, it's not finished between you. Whatever it was, it's not finished. You still have a little ways to go with them. But then again, the conversation will determine, and for each of you it's different. The conversation that you will have will determine if you're going to go further, if you're changing, if you're dissolving. What is the oracle message? Again, higher power and the yang. So we have a lot of passion here. This frustration, this wanting to have this communication. It's as if you've been waiting it out. You've been very patient. The Empress and the Queen of Pentacles are showing up in your reading to say, well, aside from third party situations, it is a long time. This has been probably taken a long time to come to the culmination now. Or it's been taking a long time for the truth to come forward. But it's divinely guided, you see? And we know that the 3 is where we were before. And that is between worlds, where you or they or both of you were in relationships. And the way you cross paths is what created this type of relationship that you are now finding yourselves in, and third parties and such. And I mean, you take it to your situation. You know how you met the person. You know to what extent or to what point there was confusion that came in. You see that between worlds, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, where you may have just bumped into each other, you just met, and whatever was going on just created more chaos. But you're stimulated by both of you stimulate each other. That's what shows here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of passion between you. And you need to simmer down and bring it back to ground zero and make your decisions as grown-ups would. See, adults, don't play childish games with each other. With these mind games, you're going to get even, you're going to cheat, you're going to come back together, and you're going to do what the other one did. Why? It doesn't make the pain of what took place before any easier. And going now and doing what they did to you, you're going to go and do to them. It doesn't make the situation fix in itself. It just creates more chaos that you have to work through between you. Listen to your faith. Go into your faith. What it is that you really believe in. What is a relationship for you? Start there. What type of relationship are you really looking for with the next person? What is it that you want to start, that you need to start afresh, that you're so determined and so passionate about? What is it that you really want, Sagittarius? This is where you have to question yourself. If it is that you are the player with that King of Cups, then you just turn it around and you see where they're turning their back, you see? They don't want to play. They have a sense of, I need to move forward. I need to talk. I need to share. I need to learn. I need to grow. They are admitting that they have to be alone in order to see where they belong, or it is that they need to be on their own to really think clearly and make changes in their life, because of the chaos that came about having one relationship and then jumping into a new one didn't work in their favor, and they're knowing that, they're learning from that, they're realizing that they need to take time alone. They need time to think and really choose, because they're feeling hurt, they're feeling lost. They don't know that they're going to get you back. They don't know that you want to be with them. They don't know that they want to be with you. It's quite complicated for them, eh? It's quite complicated. But they are looking into the higher power. They're looking into their faith. And that is something that you need to look into as well. Let Spirit guide you before you make rash decisions here. See the 4. I'm going to read on the relationship with that one. See, we have the conscious contact with higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with Spirit. They need that help, and if it is that they are suffering a deep loss, whether it is because of what took place between you or what happened before you came along, you see, they were going through something too, eh? And you probably triggered them and didn't even realize it. This is what happens. So let's see the relationship. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power. Call God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. There it is. I don't know what I was going to call you there with a P. Or maybe they have a bit of Pisces in them. let's not get complicated any more than it already is. But Sagittarius, you're probably dealing with another fire sign. You are spiritually connected. That means there is a karmic justice between you that needs to be served. You do match. There's a king and a queen here. Whether you fit the king or you fit the queen in the way you communicate with each other, you're on the same level. You need to allow for that. And this is where the higher power comes in. And again, with the yang, you know, that sense of passion. Whatever it is that you have between you. It's a spark. You were working off of each other. This is why they're going back and remembering. This is why you have to go back and remember. And you are doing it. You're working with what took place in the past when you met to help make the decision on where you want to go next. See, there's a cleanup. That's why I say it's not done. You guys are not finished. You have to finish. Your cycle is not completed yet. You need to take time. You need to take a breath. Clean things up on your side. And then come face to face with a calm. And because they want to have peace. They want to put down the burden. See? They want to have some kind of mental peace. And they want to stand in their integrity once they put down the burden. They're doing a lot of work. Trying to build up that integrity. Let's see the one. There it is. The masculine principle of movement, the creative activity, the power to make things happen. Taking that step, taking action. This is what you want to do. This is what they are doing. Between you, you will have a conversation that may very well smooth things out, and both of you will find your peace. Or at least they will get peace. And you will make a choice as to where you want to go next. So we'll read the oracle message. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting through the desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. On that note, I thank you for showing up, your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Sagittarius, till our next read, love and light.